Uh, uh, hey there, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Well, my name is Darius, and you enter my world. That makes you insane now. Got these comic books at a comic book store for $1. It's a really good read, actually. Have the Amazing Fantasy, like the one that started it all, and you have the first issue of Spider-Man. Well, it's not like the first official issue, but it's still the first issue, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm just gonna take this off now. It's getting kind of hard to breathe. Perfect. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming, I am happy to say, was a really good movie. Well, it's not like the perfect or best Spider-Man movie, but no movie is like the best or or flawless. Now, like, this movie does have flaws, which I am going to address in this movie. And fair warning, I am going to go into spoilers on territory. So if you have not seen the movie, stop what you're doing right now. You stop right there, motherfucker! Stop! Go see the goddamn movie right now, and then come back. And then, like, you're gonna just pull up a comfy chair, and then, like, we're gonna just sit here and talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Did you see the movie already? Good. Let's get started. Now, one of, like, the main things I was concerned about when going into this movie was, are we gonna get, like, a lot of Iron Man in the movie, or just Robert Downey Jr. in general? It's not that he's bad or anything. It's just like, this is a brand new Spider-Man movie, and you have a brand new actor to play Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and we got a taste of him in Civil War, Captain America, Civil War, but I want to see personally, can Tom Holland carry a film on his own? And I'm happy to say, as much as the advertising would leave you led to believe, I'm happy to say that the Robert Downey Jr. is not in the movie enough. He's in the movie a good amount, which is pretty good, and it's good to see that Tom Holland can actually carry a movie on his own. And what I mean by that is it's like, just can he pretty much act on his own without Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, or all the other big names. This movie is really good, actually. It says I would actually say that it's probably a really good Spider-Man movie that we haven't really got a good Spider-Man movie since 2004 with Spider-Man 2. Yeah, it says none of that Spider-Man 3 or the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 bullshit. This is a really good movie, and I highly recommend people just go out and see it. One of the things that really bothered me about the movie is that they did not mention Uncle Ben in the slightest. And to me personally, or probably some other person right now, without the mention of Uncle Ben, it feels like a huge drop on the character. And what I mean by that is basically, Uncle Ben has some part of Spider-Man being Spider-Man. Now, it's just, it's just pretty much what they want to do with this movie is that, they just wanted to pretty much make this Batman Begins, where, pretty much you already know, the origin story, you already know everything else. We're gonna just jump right in. Which is fine, but, I would, at least like to have, some type of dialogue, maybe just to mention Uncle Ben. And I mean, it's you didn't have to reshoot him getting bit by the spider, but I don't know. It's just Uncle Ben is basically what made Peter Spider-Man, and what is his excuse in this movie? Pretty much just says pretty much, I'm a superhero and I just want to just do good. Well, that's not. I mean, that's not a bad reason, but again, it's just it feels like a huge loss on the character. Alright, now we're going to be talking about the cast members and how they portrayed their character. Let's start with Zendaya. I mean, I know this is a Spider-Man movie. We should be talking about Tom Holland first. But this one really interests me the most. Can anybody tell me why is she part of the main cast roster? I mean, think about it. You have Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Robert Downey Jr., the woman who plays Aunt May, and then you have Zendaya. I mean, like, you know, it's just, you think having her as like the main type of cast member, she would have like a much bigger impact in the story. And when you watch the movie, well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, she doesn't really do much for me in terms of the story. I mean, her character is funny, but unless they're trying to build up something with her character, there's really nothing much to her. I mean, like, you know, and she's not even like the love interest of, like, you know, a Peter Parker. I mean, like, you know, there are, like, you know, a couple of glances with her, like, staring at Peter, and, like, you know, I'm not too sure about this, but, like, from my perspective, she's crushing pretty hard on Peter. But that's just me. But, like, she's not even, like, the love interest of Peter Parker. That's Liz. And so shouldn't, like, what the fuck was her name? Laura something. Shouldn't she be, like, you know, part of, like, the main cast? Like, you know, with Michael Keaton and Tom Holland, since she's like a love interest and she has a somewhat connection towards like the story. I don't know, like just I don't know, man. I mean, like, you know, it's weird. I mean, like, you know, hopefully, like, just hopefully it's not because, like, you know, like, you know, I'm Zendaya is popular, I mean, with Disney Channel and Disney owned Marvel, so I don't know. It's just so weird. Alright, let's talk about our main hero, Tom Holland. Tom Holland really does play a good Spider-Man, and a good Peter Parker, too. He plays, like, the shy, awkward, nerdy teen very well, and I, like, just, like, you know, because, like, you know me, I love that stuff, and he really does play a really good Spider-Man in terms of, like, you know, like, just, like, cracking jokes, like, every once in a while, and when to take things very seriously. So I would say Tom Holland did an awesome job in his performance, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in Infinity Wars, in the sequel, and hopefully there's many other Marvel movies. So, Tom Holland, if you ever come across this video, good job. And then we have our bad guy, played by Michael Keaton himself as the Vulture. Now, let me just start off by saying, this is the first villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, besides Loki, who is actually a good villain and who is rememberable. It's like, you remember this guy, pretty much. It's like, you remember having scenes with this guy. Like, you know, he's not just your generic villain that pretty much won't show up in any other movie. Well, like, you know, it's just, but like, you know, it's just, who knows, like, he might show up in the Spider-Man movies, like, in, like, the sequel, Spider-Man Homecoming movie, or, like, you know, like, or I hearing that, like, they're making a Sinister Six movie. Let's hope they do that. But, you know, this is a villain who is memorable. It's like he says, it's like, you know, and to be realized, it's not just a villain who wants to take over the world or who wants to create a portal in the sky. Man, what the fuck was up with 2016 and that sky portal shit? It's like, you've seen that in Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadow, X-Men, like this, X-Men, Apocalypse. Come on, guys. Can we just lay off the sky portal, please? Because we don't need another sky giant in the sky. And, you know, it says his motivation is pretty clear. Like, you know, he's doing this not for the sake of, like, you know, just being evil, because, like, you know, he's just, like, you know, it's just selling illegal alien weaponry like the bad guy, just to make money to provide for his family. I mean, like, it doesn't make him right just to do so, but, like, you know, it's just, like, you know, it's just, it gives him a character. And, like, you know, some says, and not only that, Michael Keaton is, well, Michael Keaton, of course, like, you know, because this guy is an awesome actor. I'm glad that, like, they picked this guy, because, like, you know, because this guy's performance is really good. Like, you know, he is hilarious as shit. So, it's just, Michael Keaton was very awesome. Let's see. For the life of me, I cannot remember the woman who plays Uncle Ben's, Aunt May's name. I really cannot remember her name for the life of me. Her acting was really good. but in terms of it, there's not really much to her. I mean, like, you know, it's like there is this sort of like there is this nice relationship between her and Peter. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, she does care for him and his safety. That's pretty much how it is. But like, you know, in terms of it, like, there's not much to her. Like, because when you compare the Sam Raimi trilogy and the Amazing Spider-Man series and this, those two films, they had a lot more with Aunt May than this movie does. But hey, like, just maybe like they'll do a little bit more with her in the sequel. Like, just hopefully they do. And I will not dare ruin the ending. It is hilarious as shit. Like, you know, so it's just pretty much like just I know I'm just jumping ahead with this right now, but I really don't want to talk about a lot of the things about the movie. It's because, like, you know, because I genuinely don't want to spoil them for you. It says I want you guys to actually just stop watching this video and just actually just go out and see the movie for, like, yourself. I mean, like, you know, because I don't want to spoil it. And then like next we're gonna talk about like Peter's best friend Ned, who, like, you know, who's basically the computer geek or the guy in the chair. Like, you know, it's just basically he finds out very early on in the movie that Peter is Spider-Man. And, like, you know, it's just like he's basically your typical nerd, but, like, you know, he does help Peter in terms of his situation, which, like, you know, even though I don't know the name of that actor, like he also does play a really good best friend or, like, you know, nerdy guy in the chair sort of guy, like, because, like, you know, he actually does help Peter in a situation, because, like, you know, because he's a computer geek. He helped Peter hack into, like, the suit, which is pretty cool. So pretty much I say kudos. And then we're gonna talk about the love interest, Liz, who, if you actually seen, like, the commercials and shit, like, in trailer, like, you know, when them at the homecoming ends and them slowly inching, like, their way to kiss each other, that's not in the movie. I can tell you that clear as day. That's some false advertising shit. But hey, and, like, you know, and I will not dare ruin who is her father in the movie. You have to watch the movie for yourself. So pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's not much to her here. I mean, like, you know, she's pretty much. You can pretty much, like, say she's basically just the thing that Peter wants just to be with, pretty much. Like, you know, it's just, she is a senior girl. Like she's kind of popular. Like, she's smart, and god damn, she's attractive. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I mean, like, you know, I'm sorry, but like she is very attractive. Very attractive. I mean, like, shit, like, just maybe because, like, you know, I was a senior. Look at that ass. I mean, I'm sorry. But, like, you know, since there's really not much to her within the story itself, sort of like Zendaya's character as Michelle. Like, you know, it's just like there actually is this one cute scene with her and Peter, basically, because, like, you know, he's basically confessing his feelings, saying, "I like you," and, like, you know, it's a nice scene. I would have liked a little bit more, like they did with Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy. I would have liked a little bit more of it, but I'm not too sure. It's like, you know, we may or may not see her in the sequel. Hopefully, hopefully, like, they build up her character a little bit more, but I wouldn't hold my breath against it. And then we have Robert Downey Jr., who, like I said like I said before, who pretty much, like, is in, like, the movie, like, a decent amount. Like, you know, he does teaches Peter, well, doesn't really teaches him, but mostly just gives him tough love, pretty much, just taking away his suit and basically just giving him this, like, you know, just, like, you know, like, this reason just to fight, just to continue to fight, because, like, you know, just help others. So pretty much he really is an alright mentor. I mean, like, I know, I'm not gonna lie, like, he's not like that Jedi Yoda thing, that I don't watch Star Wars. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Like, you know, it says, like, you know, he's not the trainer met from Rocky. Like, you know, he's an alright mentor. I mean, like, you know, it says, I will give him like $15 an hour. And you can just enter your worst joke here. Because my joke was fucking awful. But, you know, it's just... This movie was really good, actually. It was just, like, you know, it's just... I highly recommend this movie. And, like, you know, it's just... I really don't want to talk a lot about it. Because, like, you know, because it's so good. And let me just say, like, the movie is really funny. And there is tons of references that a lot of Spider-Man fans are going to get. And even if, like, you're not a Spider-Man fan, there are 80s references in the movie itself. And there is a certain movie from the 80s that some of you guys may or may not get. But it's a really, really awesome scene. And you ever wanted to see Spider-Man, like, you know, just in the suburban areas, can't really swing on any buildings? It's really funny. It's like really funny. And there are tons of comic book reference in the movie. I was geeking the fuck out. I'm sorry. But it was really, really good. So it's just pretty much the only thing that I have to say is go see the movies. Like, you know, it's just like the movie is really good. And hopefully, like, you'll like it. And I'm sorry if I gave you like this half-assed review, but just really says, what more can you say but see the movie? But hey, it's just this review took a long time to make. I'm sorry that I couldn't get this done yesterday as the current recording of this video, but hey, things happen. So hey, like this video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And hey, once you enter my world, you'll never be insane ever again. You'll never be the same ever again. Fucked up the outro. Damn it!